this video, we're going to look at U-substitution using trig. So I'm going to do a couple of different examples. So let's say I had the sine cubed of x times cosine x. That one looks pretty good. All right. So one of our tricks about U-sub is we look for stuff in parentheses or under a root or in a denominator, and we're not seeing any of that stuff here. But there's actually hidden parentheses, right? Sine cubed x means sine of x cubed. Aha! So now I'm seeing parentheses. Okay, so that's telling me to let u equal sine of x. Okay, now, right now, if I make that trade, what I'm going to have is u cubed cosine x dx. So I still have to trade out the cosine x dx. Okay, so this is where this comes very important, is that we need to figure out what du equals. And the derivative of sine is cosine x dx. This is a perfect trade. So that means that everything that's left is going to trade for du. So this will just turn into the integral of u cubed du. Now it's just power rule to finish it off. So I add a 1, then divide. And now I need to replace u by what it originally was. And back over here, u equaled sine x. So we're going to come back over here. This is sine x to the 4th over 4. Or you can use trig notation and call it sine to the 4th x over 4 plus c. So there's our first example using u-sub with trig functions. All right, we're going to do 2 more. All right, let's try this example. The integral of x cosine of x squared dx. So this is the angle that the cosine is attached to. Okay, so again, you want to always look for parentheses. And here I definitely have them. So I'm going to let u equal x squared. Okay, so what that means is that currently I have x cosine of u. Actually, let me write it all in blue. So I still have an x and a dx to trade out. Okay, so let's go back over to our u substitution, u equals x squared. That means that du would equal 2x dx. So this is how I'm going to make a trade. So is it a perfect match? Do I have exactly a 2x dx over here? No, I have an x dx. So that means to get it to match, I got to divide out the 2. All right, so 1/2 du is going to equal x dx. All right, so let's come over here. So now this will become a cosine u, and then x dx will trade for a 1/2 du. Now, typically what I do is I move the coefficient out front, so you'll see that in a lot of my solutions and notes. You could leave it in the back, but this is just a reminder to me that, hey, you have a 1/2. Okay, so now I want to integrate cosine. The integral of cosine is positive sine. Okay, now a lot of students want to put a plus c and box it up. No, remember we have x's, so we need to replace u by x squared. So our final step will be replacing u by x squared, and you can put parentheses around it or not, that's your choice, plus c. Okay. So there is a second example with u-sub and trig. All right, I have one more. All right, so this integral is pretty small. I just have the integral of sine of 3x dx. Now, I actually encouraged you guys to memorize that the integral of sine of a of x dx. So this was a fact we had in our notes a couple of sections ago, that what I want to do here is the integral of sine is negative cosine, but to get rid of the chain rule of the a, you have to multiply by a 1 over a. So what I'm saying is that I expect this one to equal negative 1/3 cosine 3x plus c. And if you have this fact memorized, you get to go straight there. However, if you didn't have this fact memorized, then what you could do is you could do what I call a baby u sub. So we're going to let u equal 3x. So what I'm going to have is I'm going to have the integral of sine of u dx. I still have to trade out that dx though. We can't have it in half u's, half x's. It has to go all the way over to u's. So over here, I'm going to find du is equal to 3 dx. And remember, I only have a dx to trade. So 1/3 du will equal dx. So when I come over here to finish it off, translating it into u's, I get the sine of u du with a 1/3. All right, let's integrate it. The 1/3 is going to chill out. The integral of sine, negative cosine, and then I need to replace that u by my original substitution. Took a little bit more work than just memorizing the fact, but if you were in a bind and didn't remember that fact, there we go. My little baby u sub. Now you might be thinking, why do you call it baby u sub? Because all you're really trading out is an x to the first power with a coefficient, so you just get like an extra number. So it's not that disgusting and big of trading. All right, I hope this video helps with u sub with trig.